Welcome to Crypt Theory, where we go over the unknown, the mysterious, and the dark horrors of the real world. Let's get into it. So, today we're going over Bigfoot. Great thing for a first episode. It's one of the most well-known, if not the most well-known cryptid. I wouldn't say in the world, probably not in the world, but I would say in the U.S. and Canada area. North America. We'll say North America. Down near Mexico. I think this is classified as a chupacabra. I may be wrong. I think it's the same thing, just different name. Not 100% sure. Don't come at me for that. I'm not... Whatever. But anyways, let's get into this. Bigfoot's freaking weird. Dude, it's weird. It's very weird. I would have to say that it's probably one of the easier ones to go off of, and just start on. There's so much stuff on it, so much different things. I try to pull it from just your base, reliable websites and stuff like that, all that good stuff. One of my main things, I just want to talk about what I'm going to do with this channel for give me a minute of your time, minute 30, here when we get into the actual video. So I just want to say I'm really, really like doing all this research and stuff, so expect a lot out of me. I am here to just do it for fun. I like looking into these things. I like doing all the weird, crazy stuff. And might as well. The iceberg, I'm basing this off of an iceberg. I'm doing Wendigoon's iceberg that he made for his cryptid series. I am basing off of that. I'm going to do a lot of them. I'm not going to do all. I might. I'm not 100% sure. I'm definitely probably not going to do all of them. I'm going to do a lot of them though. This is just a base. This is not the only thing. I'm going to go into some big conspiracy theories, some serial killer stuff, some unsolved case stuff. Any recommendations or anything, my Instagram will be in the link down below. Don't be afraid to DM me. Anything. Just DM me, or the Crypt Theory email will also be linked down below. Don't worry about all that stuff. I will have that posted down below. Besides that, let's actually start talking about what y'all came here to do. Let's do it. So it's weird. Bigfoot's weird. So it's a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch, or I believe Chupacabra. If I'm not wrong, I might be wrong. If you cut, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure, not 100%. If there's a Chupacabra video on my channel later, you'll know I was wrong. Anyways, it's fan centuries, dude. It's such a big thing. It's really insane. My opinion on it is they made it very cartoonish over the years. With all the naturalization it had, it's very hard to pinpoint where it originated, because all the stories I found, you can be in swamps of Florida. Yeah, swamps of Florida to, I don't know, woods in Wisconsin or Michigan. Like, I don't know. It's huge. I think it was up north, or northern United States. For sure, I believe that's what it was. If not, don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. But besides that, it's very thing. We're not 100% sure if it's ape-like or it's mixed between an ape-like being and a human-like being, which is weird. Even though our genetics are told to be very, very similar, it's odd in a way where they can't tell. To be fair, there's not been like any body of a Bigfoot or thing. What I believe is, if this thing is real, I think somebody might have illegally brought some primates over a long, like centuries ago, and they just started evolving to the habitat, and all the weird the biology and animal stuff, evolution stuff. That's what I think. People have their different things, but the problem with Bigfoot nowadays is it's a really cartoony character, because it's been so centralized that it's like insanely weird. It's been cartoons. It's been pretty much everywhere in America, North American media. You go anywhere that says a supposed Bigfoot sighting, you're gonna see a statue. There's statues everywhere. It's weird in a way where it's so nationalized that when people think they find it, they post it everywhere. Now, the first photo, which will be right here, reported in like the 80s or 70s or something. It was that picture. I can't tell if that was staged or not. People have it's a 50-50 really if it's true or not, if it's a stage thing, if it's a guy in a suit, if it's real. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. True or not, if it's a stage thing, if it's a guy in a suit, if it's real. I don't know. Gonna be interesting if they ever figure it out. We'll never ever be sure if that was real or not. Anything like with the problem with and it's gonna be interesting if they ever figure it out. If anything, like with the problem with Bigfoot is they can't confirm anything to identify it by. Scientists have people say they have not gotten any massive hair, blood, size footprints. So anything to identify it by. People say they have like, there's no way that's man-made and like ape-size footprints. So that which is interesting. I think that is odd. Like, it's very very awkward. Odd. Anything like weird. That. I think that is but it'll odd. Be interesting to see. It's very, very awkward, odd, weird. Further research. But it'll be interesting to see. I'm excited to see that. It's. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this is the weird part. It's anywhere from human to ape. I mean, and nobody really knows. This is the weird part. Very, very, very. Nobody knows, which I. Very, very odd. Possibly it could be hiding from humanity the whole time, which I don't believe. Possibly it could be hiding from humanity the whole time, which I don't believe, because they've had TV shows that have hunted for it. They have had insane amounts of things going for it, and nobody's ever seen it. Or nobody's had ever evidence. True, something like that, hard evidence, real, and I don't think something like that to prove it's real, and I don't think. I think that is what can get away. I think even one tiny hair that can prove it is not human and is not a normal. It could be insane. It would be uproar. It would be uproar, insanity. Like all a bunch of hunters would just be like, "Oh, okay, let's go." Which I believe would be. Like it would be being really anything about Bigfoot being real actually real comes out. It would be insane. If that ever comes out, you best believe I'm covering that. If that ever comes out, you best believe I'm covering that. But we'll just have to see where that goes. We'll see. We'll just have to see where that goes. It's weird because the wilderness does hold secrets. It's weird because the wilderness does hold secrets. There is that. It does hold a lot of secrets, which I think is interesting. You never really know what's out there. You never really know what's out there until you know what's out there. What I mean by that is you never know what's out there until you've seen it yourself, because it's weird. Because it's weird. It's interesting to see where this goes on. Research into it. If there's going to be more research into it. If there's going to be anything. I also think what was interesting was in the 80s and 90s, I believe, where there was like poach Bigfoot. You get like a $10,000 bounty or something like that. Something the same like that. Maybe 25,000 if I'm remembering correctly. I'm not 100% sure. Do not quote me on that. But it's very interesting to me on how
Bigfoot has gone over
modernized
the years,
Bigfoot has gone over the years, how pushed he has, how well known he is. Usually, I can think of this and maybe two or three other cryptids that are in mainline media,
but
even today. But even
let's say 5
back
10 years, it's still insane to
think
that
this has been pushed so far from being such a
niche,
I would say, part of
a niche community,
to say the least.
Because not many people are gonna listen to somebody ramble on for 10,
15 minutes about Bigfoot. It's just like, I've heard about Bigfoot before. This isn't interesting. But
it's interesting to me
it's interesting to me on how it's
so well known.
It's so well known, but yet unknown.
There's so much lore.
There's so much lore. There's so much this, so much that, so many different ideas
what this thing actually is, and
what this thing actually is, and if it actually exists. Which I applaud. I applaud. I do. But it's interesting to see how this fares. I'm excited to see what this brings. In the future, I'm
hoping they still do a lot more research.
Because I think this is probably one of the fun things.
But
we will have to see where we go with going into Bigfoot stuff. Besides that, it's
just like the ocean.
It's just like the ocean.
It's
possibility. It's very well at being stealthy. But if it's an actual like true animalistic type being and not a human,
I don't think it would have brain. It depends.
Because if it's
there is the possibility, but that is so small that if it's a humanoid creature, it could have the same mind, like, build as us, like same common sense. It just has this force of hide from man, don't be seen, and if it's still alive, it would be very interesting to see if it's real and it's alive still from that photo in 1970 something, 80 something, maybe 60 something. I'm not 100% sure, but if that photo is real, the photo right here is real, it would be very interesting to see if anything's changed. But I think there's been so much stuff that people, even if somebody said, hey, I caught the real Bigfoot, here it is, I think it's been so exploited, so used in statues all over the United States, statues in Canada. It's been so used in cartoons, TV shows, how there's a TV show about hunting Bigfoot. It's weird, to say the least, but honestly, I'm not against any of that. It would be so hard for somebody to believe they actually caught Bigfoot all these years afterwards, and not including how push has been in media. People would just think, oh, he's doing it for the attention. So that's why it would be really hard to say, oh, I actually caught Bigfoot, which I think is a big problem, because if somebody actually catches Bigfoot, one, I believe in like West Virginia or one of the Virginias, it's like illegal to shoot Bigfoot. You'll go to jail and for like 10, 15 years, I think, which I think is funny because a cryptid made it into a state law, as it should. But thanks for listening to me ramble for about 15 minutes or so. I hope you enjoyed. Next episode, we will be talking about the Bigfoot's brother, the Snowy brother, the Yeti, also known as the Abominable Snowman. I'll see you then, and make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.